we have everything we need to do the rest of the modules. So single straights right here. Those are the end pieces. These are the single straight, double straight, and the other parts that we have, the S transitionals. These are the side pieces. These are the front back for the double and the S transitionals. And then these are our remaining corner type pieces. So the ones in the front are not just corners. These do the corners. They also do the end cap and the T-junction pieces. So that's what these are. Triple wide and the end cap that I haven't done. And then I still haven't put together the inner corners. Those are over there. Doing the little feet. So the areas where we're using this railing stuff. And I'm going to cut it down really small. But that's where I'm going to be putting the bolts. Yeah, I'm just going to have a little corner. Sawhorses, and that is a large sheet, 1/4 inch plywood. So this is going to be our topper. We probably won't even need all of it. See, 1/4 inch there. Trying to get a little clean workspace. I got my things here. We got my glue. I got a bunch of screws out. This is for putting the glue on. Got to have my coffee. I do got some water. I do switch bits here, so that is, these are the bits. These actually came with the screws, 2 of these. And then I have this one right here on this magnetic. And I do have the countersink bit in there right now for doing the drill. So we can countersink, pre-drill our holes so we don't get any splitting. You guys, I haven't been doing a lot of videos on this, but I put a little bit of this wood glue on either end before I screw in and do the pilot holes. And then I've been holding the pieces with these clamps, and then I screw in, I do some pilot holes so we don't get any splitting, but the glue helps hold a little extra as well. I just spread on with this little piece of cardboard, you know, just to make sure that it doesn't glob up. That's how the glue looks once I spread it out. Helps tack it in a little bit as well. Then I'll use these and put on the other piece. I'm doing another one of the single pieces. See, I got the corner clamps in there. Sometimes I put them on both sides, in the sense top and bottom. After looking at it, it does look better if we do put on both sides the clamps in here. Make sure it's squared up as best as we can. And there you can see we have our screws finally set in on both sides. This one I kind of pre-drilled a little too close to the edge. What I did here is I put that one in last, so when you get a split. You guys, I just kind of want to show you here how this really helps square it up. You can get it, you can move it a little bit here and there just to make sure it's flush. We definitely want to make sure the sides are flush or the track is going to be coming together. Now it does have a little overhang on the track, but we want to make sure that these sides are nice and square and flush together. So I'm countersinking, and then I'm driving in the screws. These are the corner clamps. They're really a pain in the butt to get on there because they're very, very tough with those springs. But I found out that they have these little caps on them. If you remove the caps, it makes it so much easier to put on. So if you have some trouble getting them on, you can take these on and off. So this one is one of the corner radiuses we're doing. Hey guys, this is the biggest one I'm doing. This is the triple. Now I'm thinking about putting a extra brace in between this. So if you want to take a look here, it goes from here all the way over to here. And I'm thinking about putting a brace in the center. It seems like kind of a large span to not have an extra brace in the center. So I'm thinking about doing it. I've been working on a bunch of them here. Let me tell you, these little corner clamps work absolutely great. They are very hard to pull back. But man, if I didn't have these, it would have been so much difficult. So if you're going to be building any of these out of wood, definitely pick some of these up. I got these on sale for $6.99 during a Prime Day sale on Amazon. They normally sell for 30 bucks, but they're on sale anytime. I've seen them between the $6.99 I paid for them and about $12. I don't know if they are going to be going up more because of, you know, I don't know where they come from. I don't know where they're made per se, but my God, I gotta tell you, something like this is definitely worth it. So if you see any type of clamp like this, maybe a different name brand, even a metal one, whatever, these are very, very helpful. Here, I'll show you one on here. Sometimes I put two on, one on the top, one on the bottom, but usually you just need one on the corner to, you know, corner up this thing, and it works really good. And then I've been using these decking screws. I got these on sale. These normally sell for, this brand normally sells for $16.99 for these. Bring them on sale for $6.99. And they come with two of these star bits. Yeah, they're normally meant for decking. They're still a wood screw, but they're meant for decking. But it works really fine for doing this. And then I'm just using a countersink bit. So here's my countersink bit here. And I'm just countersinking it so that these come out flush. Works really good. That's just a number 8 countersink. I'm also using some wood glue in combination with it, just in case the screws ever come out or something. I have extra bond here with this. Just using a very little. And this basically using my screw. Hey guys and gals, so there's 5 single modules. I still have to put the corner bracings and the plywood on top. But from here to here, it's just under 14. And from there to there is 12 1/8. So that's what they'll look like. They'll be going this way. So yeah, and I'm planned on sanding and painting. This, you can see how the wood is like, you know, all various colors. We got knots in it. We have this stuff. It's not horrible, but I'm going to get some cabinet paint for doing cabinetry. And it's, you know, it's good for wood. And I'm going to paint these all a neutral color, so they'll all look very nice and uniform. So we have to put in all the little corner bracings. The corner bracings basically are just going to hold up the T-bolts and T-nuts so we can have our leveling feet. This is the rear here. In the rear, I'm going to be adding, on the straight sections, I'm going to be adding backboards. So I'm going to put T-nuts in the back for the backboards. And all of these single straights are going to be wired. So I'm going to add a hole in the back to run wiring as well. So they're all going to need to get a few extra things here. Plus, like I said, we're going to sand these and paint these. Okay, so this is a double right here. It's a double. And this piece underneath here is a double. So you can see I have a double and double. Okay, there's the end cap piece right here. These corner clamps come in very handy. You know, not actually work, and it fits perfectly on these corners. It's been working really, really good. Yeah, star bits have been working good as well. We do need some sanding on these pieces before we do put the plywood on, and before we put in our little corner pieces. So we're going to be doing the corner pieces as well. The corner pieces will be using this stuff right here, so we'll be doing that next. But yeah, we're coming along pretty good here. Hey guys and gals, so check this out. These are called Hobby Park, and these are special plugs. You can see in here, these look just like the plugs that Kato T-Trak uses, and they exactly are. So they're for RC car connectors. So you can see right here, we specialize in RC spare parts. They're RC card connectors. I bought 2 bags of them, so you can see what's inside these. But these are the exact same plugs, female and male plugs, that they use for the Kato T-Trak extension cables. These are the different parts that comes inside these. You got these little metal parts here. Let me see if I can zoom into them. So you put your wire in there, and you can either solder the wire in there, or you can crimp the wire in there. Male and female. So this is the male plug, just like Kato T-Trak. You know, the plugs fit together like this, and they clamp together, and they work just like the Kato T-Trak plugs. So that's what I got instead. So I can do a total of 20 male and 20 female. To do this project, I also picked up some new crimpers slash wire cutters. This is not a high-end one. I have a way better wire cutter crimper tool that I picked up in the past that I paid like almost $40 for. I can't find it. Since I moved, I can't find where I put it. So I bought this one. It's an $8 or $9 crimper tool. It works, you know, you have your wire cutter here. You can have your gauge wire cutting there. You can cut off your different screws here, and then you also have your crimper down here. So this will work for now. Helping hand, this is what's something you would use to solder with. It does have the magnifying glass. It does have the little clips. Yeah, a pack of this was like $4. I also needed to get another cleaner, another brass cleaner. I picked that up as well. Other wire accessories. This is another like mini crimping tool that came with it. I didn't really want that, but it has, this one has associates of wire, 20 gauge wire in here, your doorbell wire. So it has some extra wire. It also has heat sinks. It has over 40 heat sinks in here, and other small wire that we can use for our model railroad. Now I also have doorbell wire, which is also 20 gauge wire in white and blue. Yeah, here are the packages. So I was able to literally get enough track to do 15 of the 20 T-Trak modules I want to do. I also bought some flex track. I have 4 pieces of flex track in here. They will work with the Kato Unitrack. This is not Pico track. They just the hobby shop sent it with the this particular product box, but the product itself is the flex track we can use with Kato. It's time to put these in. Here are a couple bolts that I brought down. I got more of them. I have these track nails from my old Atlas stuff. I never opened. By the way, if I needed to, I could use these, but I do have screws as well. And usually they suggest screws, so I might just use screws, but I do have the track nails. Going over the track, these are the ones for the end caps or the corner radiuses. We'll actually end up having two left. We'll have like basically this equivalent left for because we're not going to do another module with that, but we could in the future, so we'll have a little extra left over. This is some stuff left over from an old layout. Don't know if I will need it or not. That's a 9-inch radius. I could use it for freight stuff. These are the switches. So these are the old blue style. These are the new style. Roughly about the same thing. Got a bunch of feeders in here as well. Just bought these because they're pretty inexpensive for the feeders. They're like $3 or $4. I know you can actually just wire them yourself, but it saves a lot of time. Got my double track here as well. I'm going to be using a double track just to make sure everything else attaches right. This actually goes to a different corner radius that I'm currently working on. Now I have to miter cut these so this fits in here. Right here I have to miter cut so that this can all brace together. See if we can zoom out a bit. The only thing I am thinking is though with these is I'm thinking maybe I might want to take from here to here. Man, you can hardly see it because it's so big. Yeah, from there to there and put some bracing in. So I'll brace maybe here, and then on this piece I'll brace this way. So if I have a little extra bracing on this, because it is a large piece, it's very large. It's now sometimes you see this inner corner module have a bracing similar to this in the rear, but you can go with the full squared backed off area as well. I'm over here sitting on top of some boxes and stuff. So we have a whole slew of them over here. We have singles, we have 4 singles, 2 doubles, a triple, and an end cap over here. We also have 2 regular corner radiuses on the other side of the room. So we have a whole bunch of them sitting on just basically letting the glue dry. So I went and these are just the frames though. So what we're seeing here is I'm doing the exterior framing. Then we're going to come in and put our little corners in here with our bolts that help level these pieces. We're definitely going to have to sand them. I will be painting these as well so they have a nice overall finish. This is pretty cheap pine, and they're very as you can see, some of the pieces are very beat up or look dirty like this, that wood. So I want to give it a nice neutral color. on the exterior. We'll do that once we put the sheet of plywood on top. Then we'll run all our track. Now we're not going to put ply on all of these. Like some of them, we're not going to do the whole thing plywood. We'll just put it where the track is at, so we can do terrain that goes below grade on some of them. Okay, quick updates. I'm done for now. I did a whole bunch of them. I have 2 doubles left. I have 1 corner radius and 1 inner corner radius. So that's 2, 3, 4. I have 4 left to build out of the 15 that I'm currently doing. Hey guys and gals, so ways I've liked to do my roads in past layouts is use the Smooth It and this paving tape by Woodland Scenic to make my roads and sidewalks. The reason I like using this stuff over plastic sheet, some people like using that plastic sheet stuff, is you can put potholes, you can make the material like all cracked and stuff, so you can make the roadways and sidewalks look like really damaged and weathered when you're using an actual plaster material. So the Woodland Scenic, I had bought 2 of these before I realized what the heck this stuff was. I had 2 packages of this Woodland Scenic paving tape. Believe it or not, this paving tape stuff is just weather stripping. That's what's inside here. So you're actually overpaying for this material. See that? That's a 1/4 by 1/16, so 1/4 wide by 1/16 inch depth weather stripping, and they charge you about $10 or $12 for this package right here. I think it's $10.99, $11 for that. Check this out. So this here I literally bought at a big box store, or you can get it at a hardware store. This is weather stripping. That's what this is. This thing in this bag is not the Woodland Scenic brand. The Woodland Scenic brand is its own thing. So I went and bought just this at, like I said, a big box store / hardware store sells weather stripping, and it's the same stuff. It's 1/16 inch deep, and it's 1/4. And believe it or not, this, you buy 1 at a time, they're $6. Now you can see it's not perfectly round there, but it's the same size. Look at, it's the exact same size. So this is the exact same size. See how it says 30 feet? That's what this is. This is 30 feet of the same stuff that Woodland Scenic sells. I paid $6 for this. Now, you can buy this in bulk. You can buy this in a package that gives you 8 rolls. And if you buy the 8 rolls, it comes out to $4 a roll. Check out your local hardware store or big box store. They have this weather stripping in 1/16 of an inch, way cheaper. Thank you.